Welcome to the Wizards of Ecom, your no-fluff playbook for online success. Each episode is fully packed with actionable tactics you can implement in your business right now. Take your life to a higher level and excel in your online success. It's time to work on you and your business. Let's do this. Welcome back to the Wizards of Ecom podcast. This is episode number 138. My name is Carlos Alvarez, and I'll be your host for the show. I goofed in the episode numbering of the last episode that I recorded last Monday. I referred to it as episode number 135. It was actually number 136. It was caught during post-production that I said that. And I literally told, I think I was chatting with Noemi and the rest of the team. And I was saying, you know what? Like, no need to delete, no one's going to notice. So thank you to Mark Verma and everybody else in our really active Amazon group chat who reached out to me about it and pointed out that I mentioned the wrong episode number. So I did not think you would notice, and I sort of love that you did. On today's episode, I'm going to share a recent user-generated content workflow that impressed me and how I see it helping me crush it with Amazon Live videos and posts. I'll also be sharing a link to a Loom video on the same flow that I'm going to be talking about so that you can see it visually walk through. Super short, couple minutes long, but sometimes having a visual helps. And if you are interested in accessing that free Loom video, just stick around to the end of this episode. It won't be a long one, I promise. And I will show you how you can get it. Before breaking down this workflow, I wanted to take a moment to remind you that Online Seller Cruise sets sail on February 5th and cabins are going fast. If you're sincerely, legitimately interested in growing your Amazon or ecom business with some of the brightest minds in the industry, please, I will not be offended, please pause the episode, grab your tickets at onlinesellercruise.com. Now that I have sufficiently warned you so you cannot say once we have set sail for Online Seller Cruise that I never told you about it, let's talk about the flow. So for you to really like understand what happened here, I want to give you a little bit of a backstory on it. Now, I'm a huge fan of the Kachava brand, or like the Kachava shakes. No affiliation whatsoever, not an affiliate in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I wish I was. But I'm a huge fan of Kachava shakes. They're like meal replacement, apparently super healthy shakes. Unfortunately, I don't use them for meal replacements. I use them as snacks, which is why I definitely need to pay more attention to my calorie intake. But that's an episode in and of itself. So I'm a huge fan of these Kachava shakes and the brand itself. And I've been a long time subscriber to their product on the subscribe and save, I can't talk today, feature on Amazon. So when my last order was going to be, renewed and shipped out to me, I received an alert from Amazon that they could not fulfill my subscribe and save order. So after checking on the Amazon site, I realized that the product's no longer even on Amazon. So this is a pretty massive brand. So I'm a bit peeved. I tried like every search combination imaginable before seeing things like, the dogs of Amazon or, going into the back orders and clicking on the actual product. It's showing me that it's not available and they have no idea when it'll be back in stock, like blah, blah, blah. I still don't know why it's not on Amazon, but it just goes to show you how spoiled we are shopping on Amazon. Like I probably spent 15 minutes trying to prove Amazon wrong that this has to be on their platform instead of just jumping over to this person's website. So I end up jumping over to the Kachava site and pretty easily got set up for a slightly cheaper subscription for the same product on site and the ability to accumulate points, which I thought was super cool for further discounts in the future. Now, once I placed the order, I received, the typical emails that you get. The one thing with Kachava though, and even though I have like my Amazon marketing hat on all the time, these emails really got under my radar for what they are. And they're very video and image rich. They all seem super unique. It seems extremely authentic. And for some reason that compelled me to like always open up their emails, even though I know they're sending me something about a product that I just ordered. I know that, someone from the company is not reaching out to me personally. It's still the way their emails are signed up, like designed, the simple, by the way, but the way they're designed, it always compels me to open up their email. So again, a few days after receiving my Kachava shake bags, I received an email from Kachava about receiving $10 for a review. Now, the actual email subject line was video review $10, money sign 10. Even though this is an off Amazon email here. So before anybody's like freaking out saying, oh my God, I'm going to get suspended. But before anybody does that, this was an off Amazon email. I placed the order on their website. But still, seeing that, my Amazon mind kicks in and I'm like, oh, incentivized reviews. And I'm like super surprised that Kachava would or could be so careless. And this is where the flow starts coming into play. Again, this is a completely off Amazon review request. And the email itself, once opened, very, very simple. So no excuse here like, oh, I don't have good writing copy or good sales copy. So super simple. And if you look at the Loom video, I'm going to break it down perfectly here so you understand it. But if you feel like you're not fully grasping it from how I'm describing it, you can access that Loom video for free at the end of this. But what you're looking at when you open the email is like a 3x3 grid of Instagram looking grid of videos. Each one with a little play button in the middle. Each one somebody totally different. All of them seem to be smiling though, and I'm realizing that because I have another screen open and I'm like looking at it as I'm recording this, and the fact that everyone's smiling just dawned on me, and in a bit you'll see why. That's a cool thing. But the only verbiage that's accompanying this 3x3 grid is, hi, Carlos, thanks for being a loyal customer. Will you take a minute and send a video review for $10 store credit? ? And then there's a learn more button. So at this point, I was a little turned off. I saw the subject review, the subject line in the email, and it was video review for $10. So to me, my mind went to, they didn't say this, but my mind goes to, oh, this is a $10 gift card that I can use wherever. To me, that's completely different than $10 that I have to use on the store. Now, since I love Kachava, I think that's cool. Like $10 store credit's fine. These bags are like $60, $70 a bag, so it's not a cheap product. So $10 is nice. I suspect, though, that they maybe intentionally put $10 store credit because they didn't want... They only wanted the people that were super loyal and loving Kachava. So like imagine if it was a $10, Starbucks gift card or $10 Amazon gift card, they might get more people to leave the reviews, but perhaps the people that are leaving the review are not as authentic or genuinely excited. Once you take a look at this, you're going to see what I mean. Like everybody seems stoked about the product. Product's amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to like mimic this page, and I'm going to change that one line. So instead of upload your review, get $10 store credit, I'm going to put upload your review, get $10 Amazon gift card, and I'm going to run a pick food test. So I'm curious if that one line is going to make a huge impact, but perhaps they did something similar and that's why they picked it. So now once you click on the learn more button, this is where it starts getting, a lot funner for me. So once you click on it, you get to a very, very, very simple landing page. No click funnels, no lead page. I don't know what they're using, and I'm not like a web person. I'm scrolling down to hope like I could see something, but I don't see anything. But it could be a WordPress or Shopify or something. Again, stupid simple. And the only thing different is instead of a 3x3 grid, like Instagram like grid of videos with play buttons, it's now a 3x4. So in that sense, we're still looking at almost the same thing. So they've added 3 more people to the mix, and the other 9 are still the same. Now, the verbiage next to this, so like these videos and this grid is on the left side of the landing page. And then on the right, it's like upload your video review, get $10 store credit. It's that simple. Tell us why you love Kachava, how Kachava has helped you, and which flavor you like best. So it's letting you know what to say. So I feel like that's brilliant because a lot of the times we're like, hey, leave a review. And people just don't know what to say, or like what they they get lost in the like, well, what will this person want me to say? What if I don't say the right thing? And a lot of people get caught in that and they don't review. So below that, it says video requirements, 20 to 50 seconds, mention Kachava, smile, and show the bag. So earlier when I mentioned like, wow, they're all smiling and they're all showing the bag, that's obvious. It's obvious why they did that. Like they were instructed to do that, and it's very simple. So that's it. A spot for you to put your name, spot for you to put your email, spot for you to upload your file and submit. Now, there is one other box beneath all this to toggle, which I think is a huge help if you've not done something like this. And this is going to really make sense when I start sharing as to like how this is going to help me out with Amazon Live Video and Amazon Posts in a way. So I do want to get into it, and that's that terms and conditions button. So little box, I doubt you tick it. I don't think anybody reads this, but what this is doing is this is covering, it's like cover your butt, so to speak, legally. Run this by your lawyer if you want. Looks super legit. So Kachava is owned by a company called Tribal Nutrition LLC. I will not read you this entire terms and condition, even though it's much shorter than a lot of the stuff we're probably used to seeing. Two little sections I want to read. One of them is section 2, which is ownership of testimonial. It says, upon submitting your testimonial, you hereby assign Tribal Nutrition all of your right, title, and interest in and to your testimonial, including all copyrights and other intellectual property rights therein, with full authority for Tribal Nutrition to copyright, reproduce, publish, make derivative works of, or otherwise use in any manner and via any form of media Tribal Nutrition deems advisable for any purpose throughout the world. And it goes on. Below that, there's another one. So that covers ownership. The other one goes into release, and it just goes into, and I won't even bore you with a paragraph of that. It's like 2 paragraphs long, but it's going into like, they can release this anywhere. Your likeness, they have copyright approval of this, everything. So what's happening really here on the back end is that you're selling this for $10. And for a brand to get this much authentic UGC, user-generated content, just is mind-blowing. I'm definitely going to be adopting this flow on the website, and this is just going to, well, currently I'm going to be doing it in social media. Let me walk that back, because one of the things I'm going to be doing is setting up like D2C sites. Like I'll probably go to Shopify, and that'll be something where I'm finally selling like direct to consumer, because to date, all of my website for my brands have been, they're more like B2B. So the website has no shopping cart, and it's set up purely for big box retail stores to reach out and say, yeah, I saw that you work with other big box retail stores and I'm interested in working with you. So I, in the past, incorrectly felt that if I had a shopping cart on there, then maybe these big box retailers would not want to work with me. Don't know how much truth there is to that, but that was my logic at the time. COVID and the lockdowns and the explosion of e-commerce has really made me rethink that. So setting up Shopify sites for our brands is something I'm going to do. And by doing that, then I'll be able to incorporate this workflow there. In the meantime, though, this workflow is definitely something like a slightly altered version of this could definitely be used on your other channels. So, all right. So we covered the email subject line, the simplicity of the actual email, and I went over a little bit about the terms and conditions. So you now clearly see, and that's it. Like that's the whole workflow. Somebody submits it, and I imagine on the other side, somebody else like looks at this video, and there's all kind of amazing stuff they could do with this. Like you could contact Repurpose House to start repurposing this into memes and like all kind of other cool stuff. You could use your in-house team if you don't want to work with Repurpose House and you have an in-person team to do this. Your virtual assistant team, whatever's going on, and you could start putting that out there. And I think it would also be a great way to identify like who are the total rock stars. Like this person put this in, they happen to have better, like maybe somebody just like submits a photo or a video, and they're, you could tell that they have like a professional setup done. So that might be an opportunity to get some higher quality stuff. You have the person's name, you have the person's email, and you already know they love your brand. It'll be very easy to reach out to them and advance things there and maybe work something out to get even more video testimonials from that person. So now I'm going to try to like put a bow on this really quick before letting this episode get too much longer. So how is this going to help me with Amazon? The answer is simple. I have noticed, I've been involved in the Amazon Live Video and the Amazon Post program, and when it was in beta, I mean, from the beginning. So, I mean, we post a lot every day. Like a sweet spot for us is about six a day per brand. And if you only have like one product in the brand, then I would probably say don't post more than 2 a day, but post a lot and experiment on a lot of different stuff. So I've noticed that obviously authentic user-generated content photos not only help you with your Amazon posts and your Amazon Live Video, but they also dramatically help you get more of the coveted follows by way of the follow button now appearing with posts and Amazon Live Video. So let me say this again. So I've noticed a dramatic difference between stock photo or something really cool you could pull off with Canva. Nothing wrong with that. You know, it's definitely better than doing nothing, but it is nowhere near the power of what is going to be obviously authentic user-generated content photos. Now, this workflow is asking for video, so you're probably like, well, how do I upload these photos? Remember, when somebody sends you a video, you can grab a ton of clips out of that video, stills that you can actually use as photos. So it dramatically helps you getting more follows, which is going to be ridiculously important in 2022 on Amazon. So I'm going to be recording another episode very soon, and it'll drop next Monday. And on that episode, it's going to be on a way that I'm using that I recently just did, and another way I'm getting more followers on Amazon, as well as a strategy I'm going to deploy for the first time to get more followers on Amazon. So if you want to check out the Loom video, like I promised, I created that, the Loom video it shows a visual of the off Amazon user-generated content flow that I just described, and it's being used by Kachava, who is crushing with it. If you're interested in getting just free access to the video, join our free Wizards of Ecom Telegram group chat and ask me for the link so I can share it with you. Just tag me, just in the chat, put, Carlos, can you send me the user-generated clip Loom video, or something like that. Reference the episode number, whatever, and I'll send you the link immediately. You can access the free Amazon group chat by going to amazongroupchat.com. With that, I'll let you get back to crushing it in your Q4, crushing it in your business, and I look forward to talking with you next week. It was fun sharing this episode with you. If you found value in what you've heard, please show your love with a subscribe, rate, and a review of the show. Until next time.